Welcome to Coffee and Candor. This is Brandy,
Amber,
Chris,
and Ross.
And today we're going to talk about kind of a notorious murder that happened in Texas in, the 90s?
96.
Yeah, June of 96.
That was right after I graduated.
It is, the mom is currently on doing life in prison for this, and she's maintained, her name's Darlie Routier, and she's maintained from like day one that she was innocent. And it was a pretty notorious case at the time, and it's one of those, like, if you've watched a lot of true crime shows like I do, it pops up all the time. People, everybody's done an episode on it because it's such a notorious, and like there were so many inconsistencies with what, like, I really think they were just pissed about a video, and that's what got this woman convicted. There really wasn't any evidence that she did it.
Well, there is one thing that they have in this article that makes me wonder. If she was asleep on the couch, wait a minute, do we know for a fact if they were in the same room with her?
I've been looking and I haven't seen that.
Can y'all go through what happened?
Okay, here's what happened.
Or what is alleged to have happened?
Okay, somebody broke in the house. They found a cut screen in the garage where somebody went into the house. And both,
like a window screen.
Yeah,
Right.
both boys, they were what, like five and were killed, and then she was asleep on the couch. I know the husband was up in bed. And
let me see if I can find where.
Yeah, I was scanning this article to see if it would say where the kids were, but anyway, she fought with the assailant, and according to what she says, and she had a stab mark on her, like a slash on her neck, and they said that she staged the crime scene, and she did it because she was a spoiled housewife that was and they were having financial problems. I don't understand what killing the babies would do, but anyway,
What is going on?
What's happening?
He was sneezing, and I was worried he was having pain, and so I lost my train of thought.
Dang.
I thought he was over there sniffing a fart.
It's like, which one of these dogs did that?
He's flipping y'all off.
No, you and him.
Oh, okay. No, she's fine. Just us.
Yeah, okay. The police arrived within 3 minutes of the 911 call, and so I don't know.
Within 3 minutes?
Yeah. Well, they were in a pretty, like, well-to-do subdivision. They didn't see any blood drops. They were like, we think she staged it. Okay, here it is right here. Drake. No.
Malfoy.
Turns out they had 3 kids. I didn't know that. The youngest son was 7 months old, and he was asleep upstairs with the husband. So, yeah. I don't know where the boys were. I know she was on the couch. She'd fallen asleep watching TV.
And see, I was asking because in that one article it said that she had drops on the back of her shirt
Blood
that
drops.
would suggest that she had pulled a knife out of a child and it went above her head.
Oh, I
dripped.
see.
Yeah.
And dripped back on her.
Something like that. So that's the only thing I'm like. But they said there was no blood in the garage where he was supposed to run out.
But at the same time, the medical examiner said that the slash on her neck came within 2 millimeters of her carotid. He's like, I don't think that would be self-inflicted. I don't think somebody would take,
Well, and
she's not a doctor. She probably doesn't know where her carotid is.
I know where my carotid is.
But you don't know how deep to go.
No, but I mean,
I don't think that would just,
But he was just saying that combined with the way the wound was shaped and looked, it didn't look self-inflicted. I mean, and that was the medical examiner. And I think what really got this woman, if we're really honest, public opinion did her in, because they had a birthday party at the boy's grave because Devin turned 7, the 6-year-old turned 7 8 days after the murders. And somebody videotaped her and singing "Happy Birthday" and spraying silly string, and that hit the news. Okay,
like she was just partying.
Yeah, like but what they didn't show was that they'd had a very solemn ceremony honoring the children, and then this was like a concerted effort. Like, okay, but now we're going to celebrate their lives in the ways that two little boys would understand.
Right.
So that makes a lot more sense when you see it like that.
Yeah.
But that part was never put on the news, and that other part with her with the silly string and the balloons was plastered. I mean, y'all were just high school kids then. But
I actually graduated.
Yeah,
in
we were
96.
young parents, so it was another one of those cases that hit me hard that I was like really interested in from the go. And I remember you couldn't turn on the fucking TV without seeing it. And people were like, how could she? How could she? How could she? And I really think that is what did her in.
No, I agree.
And she said, they were saying, because 4 days after that video was shot, she was arrested and charged with capital murder.
Wow.
And her comments on it, like why they did the party part of it, she said, he wanted to be 7 years old. He was so excited about turning 7 years old. You know how little kids, I'm going to be 7. And she's like, it was the only thing I knew to do was to celebrate that 7th birthday because I didn't have him. I couldn't give him a party. I couldn't give him presents. The only thing I could do was...
Right.
And, I mean, that makes a lot more sense. And, I think... Since then, we've learned that everybody grieves a little bit different,
definitely.
And, but anyway...
We might have learned that. I'm not sure the police investigators have.
Well, no. And they were saying that the family was having money troubles, like that their credit was going down, they had hardly nothing in the bank, they had a pretty good lifestyle, they were riddled with debt, they never came up with a motive for why she would have killed them. So it's not like they got a big insurance payout. They're saying that the prosecutor said that the motive was money and her credit, but if she didn't profit from it, why would that...
Yeah, that
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I think we all know burying somebody's not cheap. So if you're already having money problems... Yeah. And this was pre-GoFundMe time. And and another interesting thing is the husband has stood by her the whole time. He has never once said, I think she did it. He's still standing beside her to this day, trying to do appeals and get her out. In June 2008, she was granted on appeal, she was granted the right to do some new DNA work and to try and prove her innocence.
Okay.
Because there was granted a request from prosecution and defense for her case for further DNA tests vital to the defense because there was a bloody fingerprint found in the house, and then her nightshirt had blood on it, and there was a bloody sock. And
there was a sock found in an alley somewhere.
That they're saying she tried to plant or something
to make it look
like. But she said herself she ran out into that alley because she was trying to, because she knew the boys were gone, and she was trying to identify, like get a good look at the guy. And who knows how you would act? You'd be so in June 2011, I didn't know this. I see. In June 2011, he filed for a divorce from his wife, saying the decision was mutual and it was very difficult. He still believes in her innocence, but they decided to divorce because they had both been living in limbo, for almost 20 years at that point. And probably she's like, I'm stuck here. That doesn't mean you shouldn't have a life, that kind of thing. So, that's what I got. Like, TLC's done a forensic files on it.
I think we watched that.
Unsolved. Unsolved Mysteries did a show on it.
Okay.
And then there's been books. So 48 Hours has done it. Investigation Discovery. So there's been like 10 or 12 dramatizations or TV episodes focused on this case. So there's been a lot. It's definitely one of the most notorious cases. So Amber, what do you think? What do you got?
I don't know. I can't find anything about where the boys
I couldn't either.
were. The blood on the back of the shirt bothers me.
But if she was struggling with the guy, I can see,
But did it ever... I mean, yeah, she had a stab on her right arm. And a slash across her throat. I don't know.
I can see how if you're thrashing around and you're fighting in blood,
Yeah, I can see that.
But also, if an intruder came into your home, he's probably looking for cash or something. He went after somebody went after the boys first.
Yeah.
So if you go into a house...
It didn't look like a burglary at all.
I know. If you go into a house and you know that there are people there and you want to take them out, you're going to go...
I would take
you're
the
not gonna
dad.
take the kids out.
I would take the dad out first. He's the biggest threat.
It's just weird that somebody came in and killed 2 little boys.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he tried to abduct them and take them away. I mean, that'd be awful, but you can understand what the motive... yeah, I mean, like, why was this guy there? If he did it, I've always wondered that too. Like, if he did it, why? Like, the man, the 7-month-old baby, they were untouched.
And it's not like he went in there, was going through stuff, looking for jewelry. Well, first of all, he wouldn't be looking for jewelry in 2 little boys' rooms. He would be in the main part of the house where she was, because she was asleep on the couch.
Yeah.
Or in the master bedroom where the husband was.
I'm trying to...
Chris, she's making noise.
You're making noise.
So it just...
Chris isn't having an orgasm. That was Suki.
She wasn't having an orgasm either.
But you should have heard... Like, it was...
I was scratching in between her shoulder blades.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Her and Moby can't handle that.
No, you're right.
Okay, here's a Dallas Morning News article. I haven't read it yet, so I don't know, but it says these were controversial moments in the case that they think is what sent her, like the linchpins.
Was her third kid a boy or a girl?
All boys.
Okay.
This is weird. I didn't know this. She was convicted and sentenced to die for the 5-year-old. But she wasn't convicted on the murder of the second child.
I know the 5-year-old was killed. They said he was stabbed all the way through his body.
All
the way through his torso.
Oh, my God.
The 6-year-old was still gasping for breath, I think, when the police got there, and he died later.
Routier maintained an intruder broke in while she slept and killed her sons before she chased him away. She said she couldn't remember much of what happened that night. Said it was traumatic amnesia, and the prosecutors were like, "How convenient." Which, yeah, I mean, I can see it going both ways. I think I would be hyper focused on the details, but that's how my mind works. I don't know. You just don't know till you've been in it.
Yeah, that's. And that's something that always bugs me when people are like, oh, I can't believe they didn't realize that or didn't remember that. It's like, you don't understand that type of trauma.
Well, and the adrenaline coursing through your body, it's not a normal situation.
I mean, blacking out is totally reasonable.
Oh, yeah. Jurors heard the 911 call, and they said that she was... They didn't see a lot of emotion in the 911 call.
But if you're listening to audio, and a lot of times when they share those, they don't share the whole thing, so you're not hearing stuff in context. I don't get how they decide all these.
Also, people said after the murders, she seemed unaffected. She didn't show any kind of emotion.
But that could also be a trauma response.
Yeah, it could
definitely.
be. Part of shock and
I mean, like,
I don't know. To me, it makes more sense that they were having money issues. She's overwhelmed. There's 3 kids. I'm gonna get rid of 2 of them. We're gonna start over with the baby. We're gonna save money because we don't have these other 2 kids. That makes more sense than some random person broke in, didn't touch anything, and went and killed 2 boys in their bedrooms.
Well, okay, here's one of the things she
Unless
did.
they had borrowed money from the wrong